Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is It's Cozy but Complicated. My name is Maria, and this is my little corner of the internet where I take Hallmark movies way too seriously. And I feel like I need to come back into this channel, y'all. I kind of stepped away from it for a little bit for several reasons. Number one, I think because it's not really going anywhere. I'm not really getting any traction on this channel, but I still love to watch Hallmark movies and I still like to talk about them. When I started this channel, I wanted to talk about Hallmark movies through the eyes of work culture, because that's one of the, well, to me, I feel like that's one of the, I don't know, main ingredients of the Hallmark formula. They give the leads specific type of work careers, and I pick up on that, and I pick up on what the work is costing them. Are they experiencing burnout? Yeah, and I just kind of want to talk about that because that was kind of what I was living in my real life. And I just have some updates and some changes that are going to be coming to the channel. So I've kind of had my own little Hallmark. Now, I'm not going to say my own little Hallmark there because, guys, a couple of weeks ago, I was laid off from my job. And instead of moving to a small little charming town, there was no town for me. There was no inheritance, and there definitely was not a tall, dark, and handsome stranger. Instead, guys, I sat alone in my living room, staring out of the window for about 2 hours. 2 hours, y'all. I was trying to figure out and try to understand how a normal work day had turned into a totally different life by lunchtime. So when it comes to Hallmark movies, y'all, I feel like this is the part that they always skip. They always skip the quiet part, the uncertain part, the part where nobody knows what comes next, the part where you're still sitting on your couch wondering who you are when tomorrow comes and you don't have anywhere to be. And I've been thinking a lot lately about why Hallmark movies have become such a comfort for me in a very uncomfortable season in my life, because I kind of feel like I stepped away from this channel. So let me reintroduce myself. Hello guys, my name is Maria, and this is It's Cozy but Complicated, and this is my little corner of the internet where I take Hallmark movies way too seriously. I originally created this channel because I wanted to talk about Hallmark movies through the eyes of work culture. Okay. But I got sidetracked with these little Insta movies that they release every month. You know, like The Winter Escape, The Love You Weary, The Made for Moms, all of that stuff. Those movies burnt me out. I watched all of the movies from Winter Escape all the way down to Christmas in July. By the time Christmas in July came, y'all, I was burnt out. I was burnt out because those movies, I call them Insta movies because they feel like they were written, produced, edited, whatever, and published all in one day. One day. They were just that bad. And those are not the movies that had me falling in love with Hallmark in the beginning. So like I said, I've just been thinking about, you know, why Hallmark movies have become such a comfort for me. And I remember they had become such a comfort for me because of the older movies, the other movies, not these little Insta movies. Now, I know it's easy to dismiss Hallmark movies as being too predictable. The plots are just unbelievably ridiculous. And yes, they are. But I don't know. It's something about when life feels uncertain. There's something comforting about a story where you know at the end everything is going to be okay. Hallmark movies, they just begin at the worst, after the worst thing in our life happens. They begin after the layoff, the divorce, the death of a parent, the burnout, the emptiness, the page one, the page one. But somehow Hallmark is good at fast forwarding to the end and giving us a happy ending. But real life asks us to live in the space in between those two moments. And that's the part where I'm living in right now, y'all. I don't know how long this moment is going to last, because it's been over 30 days and some mornings, y'all, I am still staring out of that window. And I don't know, maybe I'm looking for my happy ending. Maybe I'm looking for a happy ending, you know, when you feel safe, when people are kind to you, somebody's always noticing when you're struggling, and then love shows up, community shows up, purpose shows up. And no matter how complicated things get, by the time the credits roll, everyone has found their place. But real life doesn't carry those types of guarantees, y'all. And maybe that's why I keep coming back to Hallmark. I keep coming back. Like I said, I stepped away because I just wasn't happy with the movies they were showing. But I always keep coming back to Hallmark, because they do get some things right. They understand that what we're really searching for isn't just romance. We're searching for belonging. We're searching for, having meaningful work. And waking up feeling like your worth is not tied to the job you have or how much money you make. That's the life that so many of us quietly wish for. And when I think about It's Cozy But Complicated, I think that's what it's really about. I think that's what my channel is really about. That life that we all secretly wish for. Not just watching and reviewing Hallmark movies, but asking what they're trying to tell us about the lives that we secretly want to build. Hallmark does get some things right. They do leave some things out. They skip the middle. They skip the waiting, the unanswered questions, the rejected job applications, the financial insecurity, the mornings when you wake up and you have absolutely no idea what you're supposed to do next. So, yes. One of the first things I had to let go of when I was laid off was my cable subscription, y'all. So that means for me, the Hallmark channel is gone. So that means I can't watch the new releases. I don't even have Hallmark Plus, but I can't watch the new releases of these little Insta movies that they have. And that makes me a little sad. It makes me a little sad because not because I need another Christmas in July movie, because I don't. I do not need another Christmas in July movie. But then I remembered something, y'all, that reviewing the latest Hallmark movies was never really the point for me. Like I said in the beginning, I wanted to look at them through a specific lens. I wanted to build conversations. I wanted to ask questions and find some answers while watching those movies. So that's what I'm going back to with my channel. So It's Cozy But Complicated. I'm not going anywhere because I don't have a Hallmark channel anymore. But for a while, I will be watching Hallmark movies through their YouTube channel. They do have a YouTube channel. And somehow those are the movies that made me fall in love with Hallmark. Even with the ridiculous plots, the predictability, I still find the movies quite enjoyable. But what I'm going to be doing is when I watch these movies, I'm going to be answering the same set of questions. I'm going to be looking at what work the leading man and leading lady have. What is that work costing them? And who shows up when their life falls apart? I also want to look at, do they just find romance, or do they find a life that finally feels like home? Because I think that's what so many of us are really searching for. Not a perfect life, not perfection, not a picture perfect town square decorated in Christmas lights kind of life, but a life that just fits, a life that just fits us. And if that sounds like a conversation you'd like to have, I would love to have you stick around for that. And leave me a comment down below and tell me this. What comforts you when life feels uncertain? For me, yes, sometimes it is a Hallmark movie. But let me know what it is for you. And because I genuinely would like to know. Okay, so I want to thank you guys for so much for being here. I would again ask you to subscribe to the channel and definitely come back for the next video. All right. I'll see you then. Bye.